Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of the Blender Essential tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 2 where we'll be doing 3D navigation. Okay, so I'll be telling you guys how to navigate through the workspaces of Blender here in this particular chapter. So I'll be telling you guys many options, but you guys can select which one is the most suitable option for you. It's not that you need to learn each and every options of how to navigate over here. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the workspace of the Blender. Okay, so now over here you guys can see this is basically the 3D model according to which I will actually navigate my workspace. Okay, so here you guys can see this total workspace is basically divided into 4 parts. Okay, so this one is one panel right over here, which is the main workspace, and about this only we are going to learn over here, and most of the work which you will do will be over here only. Okay, so we guys will be talking about the 3D view panel over here, and next we will be learning later about the timeline, about here this properties panel, this layer panel right over here. Okay, so now basically first off, for navigation we need to learn about these gizmos over here on top. Okay, so here you guys can see the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis over here. So now if I click here into the zoom in and zoom out in the view, if I just click here, okay, let's say I will just click this one once, and if I just scroll down my mouse, you guys can see I am zooming in, and if I just scroll out my mouse here, you guys can see I am just zooming out. Okay, and now if I just take this hand icon, and using the hand icon, now if I just move my mouse, you guys can see I am able to change the perspective of the icons which I have present over here, okay, or the 3D model. So here you guys can see I can actually change, or I can actually change the position of those icons here on my screen using the hand tool. Okay, so this was about how you will be able to move the view from one place to another, and this was for zooming in. Okay, so here it was about zooming in and zooming out over here. Okay, and now here you guys can see there is another option over here. Okay, so here if you want to see, this is basically the user perspective. Okay, now if you want to have this one as a camera perspective, this is how you guys can actually have the camera perspective over here. And if you just turn this back off again, here you guys can basically see this is the user perspective. Okay, so basically you guys will be able to check what is the camera perspective, and we'll be learning more about detail about all of this. But as we are learning about navigation, we need to know all of these basic things. Okay, and next comes the perspective and the orthographic projection. So now over here, if I just turn it off, here you guys can see now this particular cube over here is in the orthographic option. Okay, so here you guys can see how the cubes or how the margins have changed over here. And if I turn it back on again, here you guys can see the view or the grid option have changed over here in the background. So this one is the user perspective option, and over here you do have the user orthographic option. So you guys can turn it on and off according to your liking over here. And this was about the basic navigation. And here using the gizmos, if you want to move it the x-axis, you guys can come here and basically move the x-axis from here. And let's say you want to move on the y-axis from here. If you want to view it here on top, you guys can come here and you guys can basically view it from the top or the sides as well. And if you want to change the z-axis, you guys can come here and you guys can actually check the z-axis from here as well. Okay, so this was about these gizmos, and if you want to see the back, you guys can directly click onto the z minus, okay, which will show you the down part of this particular model. And if you want to see it in a rotate view, Okay, here you guys can see this is basically the bottom orthographic. Okay, so this is the bottom orthographic view. Let's say I want to see the top. Okay, so here you guys can see now this is the right orthographic option. And if you just want to change its view, you guys can come here. If this one is not selected, what you guys can do is using the hand tool, you guys can just click on to this hand tool from here, and if you want to move, you guys can come here and you guys can move from sidewise as well. Okay, so you guys will be able to move it quite from here as well. Let's just change the y-axis from here again. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to work with these gizmos options over here. So sometimes this using all of this, you guys can actually do the navigation. But let's say you are working on a particular model over here, and now each and every time you should not come here to just zoom in or zoom out. Okay, this one is kind of hectic. So to make your work easier, what you need to do over here is you need to select a three-keyed mouse, okay, which do have a wheeler as well. Okay, so now if you do have a three-key mouse, in that case I'll show you how you will be able to navigate quite easily. Okay, so if you just come here, if you just drag the wheel of your mouse, here you guys can see this is how you guys can zoom in, and this is how you guys will be able to zoom out using the wheel of your mouse. Okay, so this is one way. And let's say now if you click on shift, and now if you select an object, and if you just click on the middle wheel button, and if you try to move it, okay, if you just try to move it from here, you guys will be able to zoom in and zoom out as well. Okay, so if you come here, let's click on shift, let's click on the middle icon, and here you guys can see that now I am able to move on the perspective of my video using shift and the middle mouse button. Okay, so here you guys can see using the three mouse. I will recommend that you guys buy before to start creating different models, which will make your work quite easier over here in this particular model. So here you guys can see I am able to do the same work of the hand tool using only these keys. Okay, so now once you're done, you can place it. And now if you just click on control and click on the middle key, if you guys just move forward, it will just zoom in, and if you move your mouse backward, you guys can see it will just zoom out. Okay, so you guys can just zoom in and basically zoom out using control from here as well. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to do all of this navigation. Okay, and suppose let's say you do have a mouse, or you don't have a mouse right now. Okay, so only you do have your computer mouse pad. Okay, so here if you're using a laptop, if you only do have your uh, smart screen from where you will be able to use it as a mouse, there also you guys can just select the key of shift, and using your two fingers, what you guys can do is you guys can just zoom in. Okay, so if I just click on shift, and now if I just click on control, and now I will just click on the minus button, and here you guys can see I can zoom in and I can just zoom out. And also let's say I will just zoom out more as well. Let's click on control, and now I will just click over here, and now I will just zoom out from here as well. And the same way, if I click on shift, and using this, if I want to move out the perspective, I can just move on the perspective from here as well. Okay, so this was about if you don't have a mouse with you. And suppose you do have a mouse, but your mouse doesn't have three keys. Okay, it only consists of two keys. In that case, what do you need to do? So the first thing what you have to do over here is you guys can come here into your workspace, go to your menu bar over here on top, and from the menu bar you guys can select the edit option. Okay, so from edit, what you guys can do is you guys go to the preferences option, and from preferences you guys can select the input option right over here. Okay, so under input, here you guys can see you guys can now select the emulate 3 button mouse. You guys can come here and turn on this particular option from here. Now close this one down, and now your left key of your mouse will work as the middle key from now. If you come here and let's say I will just select somewhere outside, and now if I click on control, and now if I just click on shift, and if I just move out my mouse, I will be able to do it from here as well. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how you guys will be able to move your model. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to move your model. And the same way, using control, if you want to zoom in, okay, you guys can come here, and using control you guys can zoom in and zoom out as well. Okay, so this is how you guys can do it if you only do have a 2-key mouse as well. Okay, so now let's say you have understood this particular part. Okay, so now if you want to use numbering or preferences, how you will be able to do that. Let's say you want to see only the top over here. So it's not easy each and every time coming here and actually using the hand tool from here and using it. You guys can't each and every time select the x-axis, and now let's select the y-axis from here, and now able view these things quite like this. Okay, so it will be easier, okay, if you come here and let's go to the edit option, and from the edit option what you can do is you guys can go to the preferences, and from preferences make sure to come here and go to the numpad. Okay, so if you want to animate the numpad, I will be telling you guys about all of these options from there as well. But for now, if you want to view only this particular place, let's say I want to view this model only from top. Okay, so in that case you guys can come here and you guys will be able to give these things up a rotation. Okay, so you guys can come here and you guys can actually select the numpad from here. Okay, you guys can select or see the user perspective view and also the user orthographic view as well. So now over here, let's say I am lost. Okay, so now I did some place and now I am lost from here. Okay, so now how I will go back to my same model or the same place. Okay, if I just mess up somewhere, so for that I don't have to worry. What I need to do is under my menu bar I do have few options. Okay, here you guys can see the object mode, the view option. I will come here and I will select the view option from here, and what I can do is I can come here and I can select the option called frame selected. Okay, so now the select, as I had selected this particular icon before, again I am back over here at the object. Okay, and let's say now I do have with some other places and I did select this one. Okay, so in that case again how I will be able to go back here in the center is if I come here, go to the view option again, and here now if you click on frame all icon, what you'll be able to see is now you will be able to see that all the icons which you have here in the 3D view will come here in front of you. So here you guys can see this is an icon, this is another icon right over here, and this is the main 3D model. Okay, so now I have all of these things right over here again back on my screen. Okay, so the shortcut key for framing all together is home key from your keyboard. Okay, and now let's try to see that if you want to view this particular model or this 3D model over here from different kind of view angles or different kind of viewpoints, how you will be able to do that. Okay, so using the gizmos over here you guys can actually view it. Otherwise I will tell you guys the shortcut as well. So now if you come here into the view option, and from view option you guys can go into the viewpoint option right here on top. Okay, so here you guys can see now you, if you want to view your model from top, you guys can click here, and from here now you are able to view your model from the top. And the same way if you want to view this one from the bottom, you guys can see now you are able to view this particular model from bottom. So again go to view, and from here if you want to see it from the sides. Let's say I want to see it from the right side. Here, this is basically the right side view. And here you guys can see this is the right orthographic mode. Okay, so here you guys can see on the left hand side you will have the name of the sides as well. Go to viewpoint, let's select top, and here you guys can see this is basically the top orthographic mode. And from here there are different shortcut keys. Okay, if you go here in the viewpoint for the camera, here you guys can see the 0 in your keypad over here. Okay, so if in your mouse you don't have a keypad or the word key, I will tell you what to do to use this particular application in your system as well. Okay, so now if you come here, if you look at all of these small keys here, you guys can see in the numeric pad this one is 0. In the numeric pad, if you want to view the top, here you guys can see it's 7. And here you guys can see for the front view is 1 from the numeric pad, and 3 to have a side view or the right and left view. Okay, so for me what I will remember is I will remember these 3 keys, which is the front, the side or the right one 1 3, and the number pad 7, which is the top view. And also I will show you how you can use the 0, and also how you'll be able to use the number 5 option. Okay, suppose now if you want to get a camera view, you guys can just click on 0, and here you guys can see the camera perspective. Here on top as well you guys can see the navigation shows that this one is a camera perspective. And again if I click on 0, again I am back again at the top orthographic view. Okay, so the same way if I click on 1 from my keyboard, this is basically the front orthographic view. If I click 3, this is the right orthographic view of my model over here. And if I click on 7, here you guys can see this is the top orthographic mode right over here as well. Okay, so using these shortcut keys you guys can actually use. As here in my laptop I do have the numeric pad. Let's say your computer it doesn't have a numeric pad over here, so in that case how you will be able to get a front view, side view, and also how you will be able to navigate the back or the front view as well. So now I will come here, I will go here onto the edit option, and from here I will go to preferences, and here I will again come into the input option right over here. Let's turn off the emulate 3 button mouse, and I'll come here just next on top, and I will on the emulate numpad option. So what it will basically do is the existing numbers which you have here on your keyboard, it will automatically turn into the numeric pad. Okay, so you guys can come here, and now if you just come here and let's say I will just cancel this thing out, and from my keypad if I just click on 1 now, here you guys can see the front view. If I click on 5, here you guys can see I do have the perspective view over here, and now I do have the orthographic view over here as well. Okay, and now again I will come here into the edit option. As I already do have my numpad here on my laptop, I can go to preferences and I can turn off the emulate numpad option from here. So I will just cancel this thing out, and this was about different kind of viewpoints at which you will be able to look all these things out. Okay, so you guys can go to viewpoint, and here you guys can check all of the shortcut keys which will actually help you to make a nice 3D animation and save your time as well. Okay, and here also using these gizmos from here also, if I just want to view it as from the x-axis or from the right orthographic option, okay, you guys can come here, and from here you guys will be able to see it in the right orthographic option. If you want to see the z-axis, you guys can come here and you guys can see it in a top orthographic option as well. So yeah, I have told you guys about many types of navigation tools and navigation systems of how you will be able to do it. If you do have a 3-way mouse, or if you have a 2-key mouse, if you do have no mouse at all, and how you will be able to select different viewpoints over here, how to use all these gizmos on top right corner of your 3D view panel as well. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next chapter where we'll be learning more about selection. So take care everyone. See you all in the next chapter.